Singer Xiaohua and the rising star are live streaming a variety show at my guest house. I watched them and marveled at their perfect match. A match made in heaven. They excitedly took photos together. I shared this with my online girlfriend. Meanwhile, the popular Xiaohua's phone kept ringing nonstop. In front of everyone, he took out his phone. Looking at me with a hurt expression, he said, "Do you really think I want to date someone else? I have an online relationship that has lasted for 2 years." That day, I eagerly sent her a photo of singer Xiaohua. "Lu Ruian, you see, this person has the same name as you." Love replied a little while later, "Is it possible that he is me?" I replied immediately, "No way." Although Lu Ruian never agrees to send me a photo of herself, she always wears a mask. Just a few days ago, I made an excuse to buy her some milk tea. I had the delivery guy secretly take a picture of her for me. In the photo, she doesn't look good. Her lips are thick and her face is a bit dark. She looks 5 or 6 years older than me. According to the delivery guy, she's not very tall either. She's only about 1.6 meters at most. I was honestly shocked. I even thought about breaking up. I'm a bit of a looks person, you know, but after calming down, I just couldn't bring myself to break up with her. We've been together for 2 years, and we really click in many ways. I really like her. It seems like we get along well. I can even overlook her looks. I can only delete the photo to console myself. The delivery guy must have taken the wrong photo. She can't look like this. Lu Ruian replied to me, "How could that be possible?" I can only say it indirectly. I heard that people with nice voices often aren't good looking. After I sent that message, she immediately called me on WeChat video, but I didn't answer. Then she called me on voice. I picked up. Her annoyed voice came through. "Why aren't you daring to answer the video call? Are you afraid that my voice is nice, but I look ugly? I'm not feeling guilty about that." Lu Ruian snorted. "I've been back home for 2 months now. When are we going to meet?" Thinking of that ugly face in the photo. I really don't want to face reality. Oh dear. I just want to live in my own delusion. I'll reply to him later. His voice turned cold. "G Boda, can you say that again?" I quietly mentioned that a celebrity is coming to our guest house to film a variety show. I need to help out at home. Her voice softened a bit. "What variety show?" "I was just about to tell you. It's the singer with the same name as you, Lu Ruian. She's coming to our guest house to record the show tomorrow. The variety show seems to be called Beautiful Days." He dragged out the last note for a long time. I casually said, "I know." The next day, the production team arrived in our small town for the beautiful day. They got here early in the morning. The show will be broadcast live. This time, the lineup includes the rising star, along with singer Lu Ruian. There are also 2 well-known veteran actors and a variety show big shot. The lineup is so luxurious that the show became a hit before it even aired. A huge crowd of fans was already waiting early on, waiting for the live stream on the video platform. Everyone was there when the live stream started, except for Lu Ruian. The group sat together, chatting. The rising star, Ito Makoto, smiled, her voice soft as smoke. She mentioned earlier that she had a commercial performance and would arrive in a couple of days. The comments section exploded. Ito Makoto knows Lu Jia's schedule. Do they know each other privately? They must know each other, right? Lu Jia, hurry up and come. The interaction between Lu Chung and his partner is definitely sweet. Carrying the banner for Lu Chung. Since its official announcement, this variety show quickly established the CP fan club for Lu Ruian and Ito Makoto. Although the two haven't had much interaction in the entertainment industry yet. The handsome guy and beautiful girl are indeed a perfect match. It's just that I wonder who came up with the Lu Chung CP idea. Honestly, I'm more into the big picture CP. As a rising star, Ito Makoto is indeed very handsome. The show he starred in has a good reputation, so I have a pretty good impression of him. I sneaked to the side and took a few pictures of her. Sent them to Lu Ruian. "Ito City is nice, right?" They respond pretty quickly over there. "This is at your inn, right?" He sent a voice message. His voice is lazy. "You've always been there, right?" "Yeah, I am," I bragged. "I am talented and charming, exuding charisma. So the crew invited me too." In fact, the production team originally intended to invite a regular person. I'm the son of an innkeeper. That's why I was invited. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Zay. Are you secretly planning to watch the live stream? To be honest, seeing me like this in the live stream was surprising. I'm a bit nervous after all. She said I was overthinking. I hid to the side again. I sent Lu Ruian photos of a few other celebrities. "You should know these ones, right?" He just hummed in response. I typed back again. "The one who shares your name didn't come. He's quite a big name. I heard he won't arrive for a few more days. I'll take pictures for you when he does." In the voice message, he just made a sound. Who said she would only arrive in a few days? Maybe she's here already. An hour later, Lu Ruian indeed arrived. When he got there, a whole table of people was gathered around. They were getting ready to play truth or dare. Ito Makoto smiled charmingly at him when he saw him come in. "Oh, Ruian, you came early?" "Uh-huh." Lu Ruian nodded. Suddenly, she looked at me. I was startled and quickly shifted my gaze away from her. She smiled lightly and explained to everyone. The commercial performance ended early. There's only one seat next to Ito Makoto. Lu Ruian took the opportunity to sit down. Ito Makoto smiled again and said, "Just in time, we were about to play truth or dare." Lu Ruian responded softly with an "O." It was like a warm face meeting a cold backside. Ito Makoto also looked a bit awkward, but Lu Ruian suddenly turned to look at me. Lazily, he said, "This is me." I instinctively glanced at him, our eyes locking together. My heart skipped a beat. Just as I was about to explain, Ito Makoto spoke up first. "He is the son of the innkeeper, Jiboda." She looked at me and slowly smiled. In a teasing tone, she said, "So Jiboda, Lu Ruian." Just looking at me like that, he repeated my name. He didn't say anything more, but Ito Makoto politely called me Kabata. "Go grab a few bottles of wine. We'll need them later." I inexplicably breathed a sigh of relief. I quickly ran to get the wine. I even took the chance to secretly snap a few photos of Lu Ruian. I sent them to my online girlfriend. "This is Lu Ruian, who shares the same name as you. Look at Ito Makoto next to her. They actually make a pretty good match, don't they? I'll bring the drinks to the table. I'll place one bottle in the center. Later, whoever it lands on will face a punishment." The show's big star doubles as the host, so he's the one leading the games we play. He got this bottle first, and by coincidence, it landed on me. I choose truth, because I'm just an ordinary person. The host didn't put me in a tough spot. He just asked if I have a girlfriend. I honestly said I do. I spun the bottle. The bottle landed squarely on Ito Makoto. I felt a stir in my heart. Here comes the kind of drama that the audience loves. I hurriedly asked Ito Makoto if he chooses truth or dare. He smiled and chose truth. As a qualified live audience member, I naturally want to help the viewers in front of the screen. Ask them what questions concern them the most. I thought about it. "Do you have someone you like?" Ito Makoto nodded. I asked again if you're on site. He said, "This is already the second question." Lu Ruian sat beside, gave me a lazy glance. I pretended not to see. At this moment, the comment said, "This regular guy really knows how to ask questions." Haha, they must be a fan of the Lu Chung CP. Of course they are. He was just one step away from directly asking if Ito Makoto likes Yin Yang. "Come on, buddy, keep it up. Ask us more next time. We love it." Played with one of the veteran actors for a while. The spinning bottle pointed at me again. He asked me a simple question. Confidently, I grabbed the bottle. "Hey, everyone in the comments, pay attention. My bottle is definitely pointing towards Ito Castle. The bottle is slowing down. It's getting closer to Ito Castle." I nervously stared at it. Then I watched it helplessly. It turned, stopping at the direction of Lu Ruian. "Will you choose a dare or a truth?" I looked at Lu Ruian and asked him. He looked at me with a smile in his eyes, his voice cold. In that moment, I suddenly found his voice somewhat familiar. But I didn't have time to think more about it, because he chose truth. This meant I could gossip online again. This time, I was smarter. I directly asked if the person you like is here. After I asked this question, the whole place fell silent for a moment. I saw Lu Ruian staring at me without blinking. She slowly opened her mouth, causing an uproar in the crowd. "Wow, amazing." I saw Ito Masakazu pretending to be a bit shy and covering his mouth. Looks like these two really know each other off-screen. In this room, besides me, there are two men. One is an older actor nearing 50. The other is the handsome Ito Masakazu. Lu Ruian answered the question. It clearly told everyone who she likes. And that person is Ito Masakazu. At this moment, the comments section went wild. Everyone is shipping Lu Chung CP. It's so popular that even Weibo quickly trending related searches. Lu Ruian, Itamasaru, the person Lu Ruian likes. Lu Ruian herself is quite calm and composed. He leisurely spins the bottle. The bottle sways slowly. Finally, it pointed at me. A slight smirk appeared at the corner of his lips. He asked if I'd choose truth or dare. I had just asked him a sharp question, so I didn't dare to choose truth. I went for dare instead. After all, I'm just an ordinary person. He probably won't make me do anything too crazy. That's what dare is for, right? He smiled at me, and I got my confirmation. Then she said, "Okay, come give me a kiss." I was instantly taken aback. I looked at his cheerful face. I dumbly asked, "What did you just say?" He repeated it word for word. I said, "Come kiss me." I was shocked and confused. I looked up and met his gaze. He didn't shy away either. He stared directly at me. Ito Makoto broke the silence among everyone. Lu Ruian, don't joke around. Look, you've even scared Jiboda. But Lu Ruian didn't take that step down, just lazily leaning against the chair back, raising an eyebrow, asking why I'm scared. I stare at him, but think to myself, this Lu Ruian is really ruthless. If I kiss her, the comments would absolutely roast me. Besides, why should I kiss her? She's not my Lu Ruian. I already have a girlfriend. I can't do that, I confidently said, picking up the bottle of wine in front of me. I poured a full glass of wine. I decided to pour myself a drink and brought it to my lips. But Lu Ruian stopped me. Forget it, just pour me a glass. Your girlfriend won't get jealous, right? He emphasized the word girlfriend a bit too much, looking at me with a smile. He seemed to be in a really good mood, leaving me speechless. Why does this person sound so fake? I obediently walked over to him. I picked up the bottle and poured him a full glass. He raised his glass and downed it in one go. At this moment, the comments exploded. Could it be that Sister Lu's crush? Is this nobody? Even those upstairs can see it clearly. Sister Lu must be playing this guy. I didn't realize Yin didn't even let her drink. It's probably just because Sister Yin has some class. Take a close look at the way Sister Lu looks at this unknown guy. I didn't watch the comments, so I missed the hype. I didn't realize the tone of the comments had changed. At this point, everyone had another round of fun. After the host read a few lines of advertisements, the live stream inserted an ad. We were given a 5-minute break. I leaned back in my chair and messaged my friend Lu Ruian. What are you doing? Why aren't you replying? I'm telling you about this Lu Ruian who shares your name. He's not a good person. He actually wants me to be cyberbullied to the end. And then he thinks I've gone a bit too far. After all, he ended up switching the punishment. And he didn't make me drink alcohol. So I retracted the last 2 messages. I'll take some photos of them for you. Someone's phone next to me keeps buzzing with notifications. I glanced over at Shenyuan. I saw Itamakoto talking to Lu Ruian. Lu Ruian didn't pay attention to Itamakoto. She just frowned at her phone screen. Upon closer inspection, I found that Xiao Hua lived up to her name. Even her frown looked so good. I shifted my gaze away. I secretly took a few more photos of her and Itamakoto. I sent them all to Lu Ruian. Lu Ruian and Itamakoto make a good match. It seems like Itamakoto really likes her. It's definitely fun to ship them. I just want to ship the handsome guy with the beautiful girl. TSK, hurry up and make it official. Once it's officially announced, this show will definitely get even more popular. I'm sending messages like crazy. Lian's phone is also ringing nonstop. I looked at her in confusion. He was staring at his phone. Then I noticed her expression getting darker and darker. Lian suddenly looked up at me. I felt completely baffled by her gaze. Just about to look away, he suddenly spoke with an annoyed tone. Jiboda, do you really think I'm dating someone else? The room fell silent. Everyone looked in shock at Lu Ruian and then at me. I felt completely out of my depth. I stared at Lu Ruian, then glanced at the phone in his hand, combined with his somewhat familiar voice. I recalled what she said. Is it possible he's actually me? If I still don't recognize Lu Ruian in front of me at this moment, then I must be a complete fool. She is my Lu Ruian. In that instant, I understood why my Lu Ruian sings so beautifully, because she is a singer. I met Lu Ruian when I was in my 2nd year of college. At first, we were just gaming buddies. We played games together and chatted every day. Eventually, our feelings deepened. I asked her if she would be willing to have an online romance, and she agreed. During our voice call, I found her voice to be really beautiful. I'm also a bit of an audiophile. I was completely captivated. She would sing to me. A month ago, I composed a song for her. She said she would sing it for me in person if she gets the chance. She has been living abroad for the past few years, so we have never met in person. We haven't even had a video call. I'm afraid that suggesting it might be too forward. She returned from abroad 2 months ago. She mentioned wanting to meet me. I made excuses to turn her down. I'm just not ready for an online relationship to turn into reality. I never expected to meet him so unprepared. A staff member reminded us that we're about to go live. The host also said everyone should take a moment to get ready. If there's anything, let's discuss it after the live broadcast. I have so much to say, but I have to hold it all back right now. What to say in front of the camera? I still know what shouldn't be said. Lu Ruian sat back in her chair, her pretty face dark with anger. I secretly took out my phone and texted her. Don't be mad. I didn't mean it. I didn't know it was you. She looked at her phone, but didn't reply. I sent her a kiss emoji to make up for it. The corners of her lips curled up slightly. She typed back to accept my apology, but this doesn't count. Soon it was time for dinner. To ensure the authenticity of the live broadcast, we have to prepare our own ingredients and meals for dinner. Our guest house has a kitchen for cooking, but we don't have any ingredients. Since I'm familiar with the locals, they let me take the lead in shopping for groceries. Is anyone interested in going with Jibwada? The host called out, but no one spoke up. Lu Ruian suddenly stood up and said, "I'll go." I quietly glanced at him, my heart racing a little, feeling both excited and a bit anxious. No way, no way. Are we really going to be alone so soon? Reality didn't go as I hoped. Ito Makoto then stood up and said, "I'll go help out too." And just like that, our first chance to be alone was gone. I took them to a supermarket not far from my inn. There were a lot of cameras around. Of course, it's mainly about them. Since there are a lot of us, we're planning to have a barbecue outdoors. We bought a ton of barbecue ingredients. After paying, as we were about to leave the supermarket, Lu Ruian turned around and went back in. I stood at the supermarket entrance with Ito Makoto waiting for her. A fan recognized Ito Makoto and asked to take a picture with him. Ito Makoto gladly agreed. Worried about accidentally getting in the shot, I stood a bit farther away from them. Lu Ruian just stepped out. She handed me a big box of durians we just bought, standing shoulder to shoulder with me. I looked at him in confusion. He raised an eyebrow and said, "You mentioned before that you love them." My ears turned a bit red as I quietly replied, "But there are other people here during the live stream. If you buy them just for me, the audience will misunderstand." He teasingly poked my forehead with his finger and said, "Misunderstand what? There's no misunderstanding. I'm just afraid she'll get criticized." She suggested that we buy some for everyone. Lu Ruian leaned closer to me. In a voice only the two of us could hear, she said, "I only buy for my boyfriend." Hearing the word boyfriend made my face flush, and I compromised. Meanwhile, the comments were flooding in. Can anyone tell me what those two are whispering about? Luching CP fans are heartbroken. You CP fans should disband right now. Hold up the flag for Lu Chung. It's still uncertain who Yin Yin has a crush on. Sister Yin only bought this ordinary person a durian. I don't need to say who she likes, right? After taking a photo, the fan of Ito Makoto came up again to ask for a photo with Lu Ruian. Lu Ruian hasn't agreed to Ito Makoto yet. "First, let me take a picture with you and Ruian." The fan was especially happy. Sure. Thank you, brother Ito." The little fan stood on Lu Ruian's left side by herself. Seiya Ito walked over and stood to the right of Lu Ruian. I was forced to take a step back. Just as I was about to walk away while they took the photo, Lu Ruian suddenly pulled me back in. He said without any hesitation, shoving me between him and Seiya Ito. At that moment, the staff member taking the photo pressed the shutter. It captured the scene of Lu Ruian grabbing my arm. It also froze Seiya Ito's stiff smile. This photo was blown up and featured in the live broadcast. The comments are naturally explosive. There are haters criticizing Ito Makoto for being greasy, and there are CP fans calling me out for seeking attention. In fact, quite a few people have started shipping me with Lu Ruian. When we returned to the inn, the others had already set up the barbecue grill. They were just waiting for us to join them. The two veteran actors happened to be a man and a woman. The female actor said to leave the grilling to you young folks. Us old folks are just here to eat. Is that okay? Absolutely. Ito Makoto smiled warmly and said, "Even so, I quickly realized Ito Makoto can't do anything. What we bought are all pre-cooked barbecue items. So besides grilling skewers, there isn't much else to do. The grilling and charcoal burning are all handled by me and Lu Ruian. Ito Makoto doesn't know how to do it and feels embarrassed to do nothing. He just stands to the side, occasionally flipping the meat skewers. After flipping a few times, he seemed to gain some confidence. He laughed and said, "Hey, this barbecue is actually pretty easy. I'll be in charge of grilling the lamb skewers here." Lu Ruian gave a slight nod. The barbecue grill is quite large, just right for the three of us to operate. The meat sizzled on the grill, releasing oil. Oil dripped onto the charcoal. Suddenly, flames shot up from the charcoal. I turned the skewers in my hands faster to prevent the meat from getting charred by the flames. Beside me, Lu Ruian followed suit. She even took the time to compliment me. "You're quite the grill master, of course." I was so proud that I let the fire go out, and then the smoke got thicker. It made me turn towards Lu Ruian. "Look at this smoke. I love the smoky flavor from the barbecue. It's so delicious. Just be careful not to get the smoke in your eyes." The hungry cat suddenly whispered that my face was getting hot. I stopped talking to her. I just focused on grilling the meat in my hands. The 2 skewers of lamb I have in hand were the first to be grilled. At this point, they are already cooked. I've sprinkled some cumin and chili powder on them. I took them over to the older group, who were chatting. They worked hard for this. The host chuckled and said, I just smiled. As long as everyone enjoys the food, that's what matters. The veteran actors also said the taste is pretty good. Today's young people do have decent skills. Suddenly, Ida Makoto called out, throw the meat on the grill. Yell at Lu Ruian next to the grilling meat. The meat is on fire. Lu Ruian lazily glances at him. Oil dripped onto the charcoal. What are you making a fuss about? I also walked over to comfort her. Sister Yin is right. It's nothing to worry about. I noticed that part of the meat skewers he threw down had already burned, so I prepared to flip them over. Ita Makoto pushed me aside. He told me to handle it myself. Be careful not to get smoked out. I hadn't finished speaking yet. He started coughing violently again. This smoke is really irritating. Ita Makoto threw the meat back on the grill once more. I glanced at the completely charred meat. I picked it up and threw it in the trash, feeling sorry for Naruhodo. Tears were streaming from the smoke. My heart aches even more. Ito Makoto was just learning the piano a few days ago. Be careful not to burn your hands while grilling. Just a quiet word. I feel like Ito Makoto is so clumsy. Hey, are you okay up there, Kuriko? Ito Makoto is an actor, not a barbecue vendor. Your place really thinks everyone looks like Kuriko. This random guy is way smoother than your main character. What's so special about a village guy who can grill? Ito Makoto's hands are meant for playing the piano. It's not meant for grilling. In the end, Ito Makoto sat down with the old Lin ancestors. Only Lu Ruian and I were busy by the barbecue grill. Mr. G, how do you think my grilling is? I praised the potato slices in his hand. It's quite good. I personally like this texture. Crispy, right? Then I'll let you have this one. Thank you, Mr. G. I took the potato slices he grilled for me. As soon as I took a bite, I heard him say, "You're welcome." Mr. G, I'm speechless. I don't know if it's just my imagination. That woman's tone sounds quite sarcastic. After we grilled all the ingredients, we sat down at a table with everyone. It's the end of spring, and the weather is just perfect. Neither too cold nor too hot, under the flowers and moonlight. We chatted casually while enjoying the skewers. Occasionally, we raised our glasses for a toast, and the atmosphere was just right. Suddenly, Ita Makoto asked me, G. Boda, have you graduated from university yet? Yeah, I graduated 6 months ago. You've been graduated for half a year and still haven't found a job. Are you just helping out at this inn? I laughed and said it's not that. My job is quite flexible. He said, oh, and didn't press further. Instead, he changed the subject. With your good looks, you must have a girlfriend, right? I was taken aback. If I remember correctly, I think I mentioned I had a girlfriend. Without waiting for my reply, she continued, if you don't have a girlfriend, I can introduce you to someone. People in the industry are also available, and they're all very pretty. As soon as she finished speaking, my left hand hanging by my side felt like someone had pinched it. I realized it was Lu Ruian sitting to my left. My face flushed, and I turned to look at him. He was also staring at me, with eyes as dark as ink, showing no emotion. Lu Ruian said, let's just forget about those in the circle. Don't you think so, Mr. G? If it weren't for his hand pinching my palm, I would have almost thought he was having a serious conversation with me. It's not impossible for someone in the industry, you know? As soon as I finished speaking, he tightened his grip a bit more. I quickly added, mainly because I have a girlfriend now. I already mentioned it. Maybe Chungu forgot, right? Ito's tone was quite awkward. I might have had too much to drink and feel a little dizzy. I thought this topic would just pass. But then Ito asked G. Boda again. Your girlfriend isn't someone from the industry, right? That question really stumped me. Lu Ruian just became popular not long ago. She definitely can't let it slip that she has a boyfriend. After some thought, I decided to deny it. But Lu Ruian spoke up first and said, I just heard him say that. His girlfriend is from the industry. I was like, what? Ito Makoto's expression changed. Finally, he stopped asking questions. After a hearty meal, the host suggested, top singer Lu Ruian should sing a song for everyone. Lu Ruian happily agreed. Sure, but I need someone to accompany me on the piano. The host laughed and said, I heard that Ito Makoto has been learning piano recently. Could it be to accompany you? Ito Makoto, sitting next to her, smiled and didn't deny it, only saying, it's an honor to accompany Ruian. As she spoke, she began walking towards the piano nearby. Lu Ruian gently reminded me, the song we're singing today doesn't have sheet music. Ito Makoto's steps came to a halt, awkwardly smiling. Your song is really popular. You should be able to find a sheet music on your phone too. The song I'm going to sing today is a new one. This sentence completely ruined Ito's chances of playing. He stiffly returned to his seat. The host, however, was quite surprised. She hadn't heard that Lu Ruian would be performing a new song on the show. In fact, when the production team initially invited Lu Ruian, her agent had agreed. But Lu Ruian herself refused to participate in the variety show. She'd rather pay the penalty than join in. She said she had a commercial performance these days. That was just an excuse. The production team plans to announce it a week later. Lu Ruian won't be coming. Who would have thought she actually showed up today? She even brought a new song. With Lu Ruian's popularity now, this could really boost the show's hype. The comments are equally surprised. Lu Ruian's fans start flooding the comments. The number of people in the live stream is skyrocketing, but I have a nagging feeling inside. Lu Ruian wants me to accompany him. Sure enough, he called for me. Still that sarcastic tone from Mr. G. Will you help me with the accompaniment? The host, with his keen instincts, sensed the buzz in the air and asked a sharp question. Could it be that this new song has no sheet music? Can Jibota play? Lu Ruian nodded. This song was written by Mr. G. He can naturally play, just as I thought. He's going to sing the song I personally wrote for her. The song is called My Lover. The small courtyard my family's in. The arrangement creates a very atmospheric vibe. It is now the season when wisteria flowers are in full bloom. At this moment, I am sitting under the wisteria tree, playing the piano, and Lu Ruian is sitting next to me. Sing the song I personally wrote for him. He once said he would be in front of me, sing this song to me in person. Now, she has achieved it. At this moment, my mood is like the melody that leaps from the fingertips, cheerful and joyful. This song has the vibe of a sweet little love song. The lyrics are full of youth and energy. It's very popular among young people. Not long after it finished playing, this song quickly hit the trending list on Weibo. Also trending right after is me and Lu Ruian. Most of the comments are praise. Fans of Ito Makoto and those shipping Lu Chung CP. But they have been quite silent for a while. Fans of Lu Ruian are just like her. They can be quite sarcastic too. For example, here's a highly upvoted comment. What about the fans of Ito Makoto? Your idol's hands are meant for playing the piano, while Jibota's hands are like a beast. Not only can he play the piano, but he can also barbecue. The show starts at 8 a.m. and ends at 10 p.m. The rest of the time is for the artists to rest. There are no cameras broadcasting during that time. It is already 10 o'clock now. The two veteran actors and Ito Makoto went to a nearby hotel to rest. Lu Ruian, the host, and other work. The staff stayed at my guest house. After I returned to my room and took a nice, comfortable shower, I found a missed video call from Lu Ruian on my phone. I didn't reply to his video. Instead, I opened Weibo to check today's trending topics. I didn't realize it until I looked, and I was shocked. The little detectives on Weibo are now certain. Lu Ruian's crush isn't Ito Makoto, it's me. They even dug up some of my personal information. But I'm clean, so I'm not afraid of being exposed. As long as it doesn't disturb my real life, I'm fine. My moments with Lu Ruian have been edited separately by his fans. The video title is quite sarcastic too. Look at how unremarkable Yin Jia looks here. TSK, TSK, TSK. Her gaze is practically glued to Jibo, duh. I clicked on a video and watched it with great interest. Just as I was getting into it, Lu Ruian's video came through again. I answered the call. I covered the camera and switched to the rear camera. He scoffed in his usual tone. You've seen it all, yet you're still afraid to video call. I didn't say anything, and he continued. Feeling nervous, I cleared my throat awkwardly. I whispered a little. There was a hint of laughter in his tone. What's there to be nervous about? You weren't like this before. You were so arrogant when you called me earlier. I said, where do I have time for him? How did the topic change so quickly when we finally meet this person? At this moment, everyone else had already gone to sleep. I stepped out of the room, using my phone's faint light. I quietly made my way towards the courtyard. Before I could see Lu Ruian, I heard his soft laughter. Jibota, are you stealing something? The courtyard was lit with warm, ambient lights. I walked towards Lu Ruian, guided by the light. I explained quietly that they had all fallen asleep. I'm afraid of waking them up. He was sitting on the swing under the wisteria. The swing is a double swing. Lu Ruian moved aside a bit. She gestured for me to sit down. Once I sat down, he turned to look at me. I also gazed at her for a long time. She asked me if I looked good. It looks even better than I imagined. It completely satisfies all my aesthetic fantasies. But isn't it true that those with nice voices can also be unattractive? I chuckled awkwardly a couple of times. I tried to argue that I was only talking about most cases. He talked to me about the content of our WeChat conversations. After chatting for a while, he asked how I was doing and if I was still nervous. Let's not talk about it anymore. I never expected you to be this good-looking, and I also didn't expect to suddenly meet you like this. I never expected you to be a public figure, so it's understandable to feel a bit nervous at first. But now I'm completely relaxed. After all, I've known you for almost 4 years. What's there to be nervous about? He chuckled and ruffled my hair. That's more like it, Mr. G. Why do you always call me Mr. G? He raised an eyebrow. Weren't you calling me Miss Lu in front of others? I could sense the double meaning in her words. You're learning to smile wickedly like her. So you're not happy that I called you distant? You're overthinking it, Mr. G. I watched him continue to tease. Still calling me Mr. G, huh? There are only the two of us now, so what should we call it? He suddenly moved closer to me. Tipsy with the scent of alcohol, darling. She held onto the swing with both hands. I sat on the swing, gently swaying with emotion. Her soft hair brushed against my face with the swing's motion. I felt my cheeks heat up from time to time, even though she often called me baby during our online chats. Hearing her say it in person now made my heart race. See me a bit dazed. Lu Ruian laughed and asked if I wasn't used to it. Haven't I been calling you that for the past 2 years? That's true, but isn't today the first time we've met? Are you saying the past 2 years don't count? Of course not, I immediately retorted. How could he not count? Those were 2 real years we experienced together. Even though there was no physical contact, the feelings between us are genuine. She gave a light smile and suddenly asked me seriously, do you mind that I'm a public figure? I thought seriously for a moment and shook my head. I said earnestly that I don't mind. I'm just worried that our relationship might affect your career. As long as you don't mind, that's good. Lu Ruian stood on her tiptoes as she spoke. The swing began to sway. I'm a singer and I sing. Those who enjoy it will listen. Those who don't won't. The rest doesn't matter. I laughed and said, your attitude is pretty good. It's different from what most celebrities are like. He turned to me and said, so I don't mind people knowing about my relationship. Are you okay with making our relationship public? I turned to meet his gaze as well. I answered him seriously that I didn't mind. His eyes instantly lit up. So we're going public? Are you sure? I'm sure. All right then, let's go public tomorrow, right? He suddenly leaned in and rested his head on my shoulder. Gently he said, Jabota, I really like you a lot. Such sweet words in the night breeze are truly heartwarming. I reached out and wrapped my arms around her, gently tousling her long hair. I really like you, Lu Ruian, a lot. He held me a little tighter. Lu Ruian went live on the second day. In front of all the viewers, he held my hand. He officially announced our relationship. This move undoubtedly surprised the production team greatly, and it instantly hit the trending topics. During the ad break, I sneakily checked Weibo. The screen was filled with trending topics. Lu Ruian announced our wonderful days. The dating show season features Lu Ruian. What makes me happy is that most of Lu Ruian's fans are supportive. Some even helped me deal with a few haters. I nudged Lu Ruian beside me and said, your fans are quite adorable. She squeezed my hand and said, if they weren't adorable, today would be my day to quit, so don't say that. I'm not joking. It's the same wherever I sing. After a month, the show wraps up. My parents rushed to the inn right away. This is your online dating partner. My mom is sizing up Lu Ruian next to me. And yes, Mom. My mom whispered in my ear, didn't you tell me she was ugly? I covered my ears on the verge of tears. Mom, can you keep it down? Lu Ruian clicked her tongue. Jibo said I'm ugly. It's a misunderstanding, a misunderstanding. Not long after my official announcement with Lu Ruian, I met her manager. Her manager looked just like the delivery guy in the photos they took of me. I decided to keep this mix-up a secret. Lu Ruian quickly got along well with my parents. In the end, she even managed to convince them to agree to meet her parents tomorrow. So, I found myself sitting in the restaurant where both sets of parents were meeting, all confused. My parents arrived first. It said that Lu Ruian's parents showed up afterward. Lu Ruian kept holding my hand, comforting me and saying not to be nervous. Yeah, I'm not nervous. I said this, but deep down I thought it was impossible not to be nervous. I stood up and said I needed to use the restroom. Lu Ruian wanted to accompany me. I declined her offer. As I left the private room, I ran into Ida Castle. He still looked as amazing as ever. He seemed a bit surprised to see me. Then he walked behind me and said, Mr. Lu and Mrs. Lu, what a coincidence. I instinctively turned around. A distinguished middle-aged man was standing across from me, along with a dignified and elegant woman. The man asked, who are you? I am Seiya Ito. Mr. Lu has previously collaborated with your company regarding the endorsement for a certain product. I believe I am very suitable. I dare to recommend myself. I hope Mr. Lu can consider me. The middle-aged man smiled. I wonder if she remembers. You know Xiao Chang, right? I'm here to meet my future in-laws. Let's save that conversation for another day. Come on, dear. This seems to be the place. The man said as he pulled the woman inside. The private room I was just in. Wow, that was Ian's parents. I'm still in shock. Suddenly, Yi Kengcheng walked up to me and said, "So, Jiboda, feeling proud, are we?" I looked at him in surprise. He continued, saying it's just because you got in with the Vu family group. What's there to be proud of? I was taken aback, but I understood what he was saying. I just didn't expect it. The gentlemanly Ito Makoto, in front of the screen, actually says something like this to me. The filter shattered in an instant. I won't indulge him either, he said. So this is you, the Lu group. The reason for your persistent obsession, Mr. Ito. Ito Makoto asked with a dark expression, what did you say? When the live stream just started, weren't you calling my Yu Yin so casually? But how come I've heard about my Yu Yin? I don't even know you. Who do you think you were to talk to me like that? He actually thought he could hit me. I grab him tight. Save it. Just stick to your acting. After saying that, I shook her hand away. I stood there wiping my hand that had just grabbed his arm. At that moment, in front of the private room door, there stood the elegant and noble Lady Lu. Is this really my future son-in-law? My mom says I'm really spirited. My son is quite brave. Mr. Lu mentioned our in-laws. Don't worry, I won't treat my future son-in-law poorly. This Ito Makoto can never collaborate with my company. My dad said, with you as my in-law, I'm at ease. So I felt relieved. Lu Ruian opened the door and pulled me out, saying, let's go to the bathroom. It's at my place, Boda. I looked at him with a confused expression. After seeing a few people lying next to the door, I instantly understood. After using the restroom, I couldn't help but ask her, /Ruian, you all were just watching behind the door, weren't you? / aren't you afraid I might get hit? Lu Ruian looked completely innocent. / of course I didn't want you to eat a little. I was about to go out at that time, but my mother-in-law stopped me and said, / daughter-in-law, you haven't seen my Bauda showing off, have you? They just told us to sit back and enjoy the show. I have no words. Error. It seems that my boyfriend has hidden depths. Lu Ruian suddenly leaned close to me, and I felt my face flush. What deep secrets can the heart possibly hide? I've only trained in freestyle fighting for a few years. After that, my parents had a great conversation with Lu Ruian's parents. Both sets of parents like us very much. Even can't wait to get engaged to us. I quietly turned my head and said to Lu Ruian, isn't it too early for us to get engaged at this age? But Lu Ruian said she wants to. Now that she said that, what else can I say? Besides, with such a beautiful and lovely girlfriend, I'm also afraid someone might steal her away. I made up my mind right then. I leaned over to Lu Ruian and whispered, how about we get in the car first and buy the tickets later? As soon as Lu Ruian heard that, her ears turned red. She secretly pinched me and scolded, you're so annoying. I can't just settle for engagement. We could get our marriage license first. The wedding can be held later. Hee, let's secure you by my side first. Lu Ruian was taken aback. When you say get in the car first, do you mean getting the license? I'm confused. What else could I mean? Lu Ruian remained silent. Her ears only turned redder. Seeing Lu Ruian's shy and adorable expression, I'm about to burst with joy. I realized it when he said he hated it. Later, I pretended not to understand, just to tease him. I reached out and hooked him gently. I whispered to him, the car you mentioned can go first. Lu Ruian gave my hand a hard pinch, saying how annoying. I have to go no matter what.